Yeah, people, so I was trying not to post these kind of videos in the middle of carnival now because I'm trying to enjoy myself and ease the stress now. You know that kind of way? So I in my little fets and my little zone and that kind of thing. Like this weekend I headed to Hillview Boys for the all-inclusive, you know what I mean? But I had to jump on. So the commissioner of police gets arrested or pulled in for questioning concerning 2 sniper rifles that was imported into Trinidad and Tobago, right? And they pull her in and they pull in Roger Best, right, with the SSA. Because apparently the commissioner of police that we have did not know that she doesn't have the power to sign off on that type of weapon. Or maybe because they put a rubber stamp in the position, what we get in is rubber stamping. So some officer must come and say, hey, boss lady, I need a little signature on that there. And she must sign off, man, right? Rubber stamp business. But I believe all of that to be a distraction. And that's the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to keep your attention on the big fish. You see, when big fish want the spotlight off of them, what they do is it is go and find a small fish to dangle in front of you so and have you talking about it whole day, whole week. And by the time you finish talk about the small fish, you forget about the drama with the big fish. The big fish in this situation is the Minister of Finance and the $2.6 billion that the Auditor General found missing in her report. Why is that the big fish story to be following? Because the Privy Council this week revealed that the minister's position came from a position of bias and not only that, but according to Ramdas, intimidation. And the lawyer representing the Minister of Finance at the Privy Council in this appeal, because remember, they're losing the courts in Trinidad, and they say, look, they're going to the Privy Council, so money spent, and I don't want money spent, but money spent to pay lawyers, to go before the law lords of the Privy Council. And when the law lords put basic questions to them, they could not answer it. They were so pathetic in their defense of the Minister of Finance that the law lords at no point in time called on Ramdas's attorney, Anand Ram Logan, to even submit an argument. He was never called on. Right? So, the law lords put basic questions, and the lawyer for Imbert even said, well, you know, I find it difficult to answer this question because, and they had to tell him this is clearly a situation of bias, and one must wonder why the Minister of Finance is not being investigated. $2.6 billion missing, and you put together a committee handpicked by yourself to investigate yourself. And the auditor, not to even investigate himself, you know, but to investigate the Auditor General, the one who pointed out the shortcoming and the missing money. Right? Of course it's a position of bias. Of course it's an intimidation tactic. And you must ask yourself, if you ain't do nothing wrong, why is your first response one of intimidation? So don't get tied up with the small fish that they're dangling in front of you. So the small fish is earlier. Earlier situation will be dealt with, right? Accordingly. But don't let the big fish be forgotten. Because Colm Imbert, according to the Privy Council, should have been and should be investigated into the missing $2.6 billion. And that investigation, nobody in bringing it up, nobody in talking about it. Right? But attention to the small fish. Or let's stick on the big fish. It's the big fish we want.